it's on tonight. Throw that thing from left, right, side to side. Yeah. All my friends are here. Play my favorite song right on top. Yeah. And we never stop. Music bumping, we just keep on rolling. Yeah. No, we never stop. Shake, shake, shake your honey till the morning. Let me hear you say I'm ready. I'm ready. Come on. Now slide, slide, slide to the bar. Shine, shine, shine like a star. Let me hear you say I'm ready. I'm ready. Come on. Now slide, slide, slide to the bar. Shine, shine, shine like a star. Yeah. I said I wanna see you slide, slide, slide. I said I wanna see you shine, shine, shine. Oh, it's on tonight. Throw that thing from left, right, side to side. Yeah. All my friends are here. Play my favorite song right on time. Ooh, and we never stop. Music pumping, we just keep on rolling. No, we never stop. Shake, shake, shake your honey till the morning. Let me hear you say I'm ready. I'm ready. Come on. Now slide, slide, slide to the bar. Shine, shine, shine like a star. Let me hear you say I'm ready. I'm ready. Come on. Now slide, slide, slide to the bar. Shine, shine, shine like a star. Yeah. I said I wanna see you slide, slide, slide. Yeah. Come on now, now, now. I said I wanna see you shine, shine, shine. I wanna see ya. I wanna see you. So let me hear you slide. I said I wanna see you slide, slide, slide. I said I wanna see you shine, shine, shine. Let me hear you say I'm ready. I'm ready. Come on. Now slide, slide, slide to the bar. Shine, shine, shine like a star. Let me hear you say I'm ready. I'm ready. Come on. Now slide, slide, slide to the bar. Shine, shine, shine like a star. Oh, it's on tonight. Throw that thing from left, right, side to side. Yeah. All my friends are here. Play my favorite song right on top. Yeah. And we never stop. Music bumping, we just keep on rolling. Yeah. No, we never stop. Shake, shake, shake your honey till the morning. Let me hear you say I'm ready. I'm ready. Come on. Now slide, slide, slide to the bar. Shine, shine, shine like a star. Let me hear you say I'm ready. I'm ready. Come on. Now slide, slide, slide to the bar. Shine, shine, shine like a star. Yeah. I said I wanna see you slide, slide, slide. I said I wanna see you shine, shine, shine. Oh, it's on tonight. Throw that thing from left, right, side to side. Yeah. All my friends are here. Play my favorite song right on time. Ooh, and we never stop. Music pumping, we just keep on rolling. No, we never stop. Now slide, slide, slide to the bar. Shine, shine, shine like a star. Let me hear you say I'm ready. I'm ready. Come on. Now slide, slide, slide to the bar. Shine, shine, shine like a star. Yeah. I said I wanna see you slide, slide, slide. Yeah. Come on now, now, now. I said I wanna see you shine, shine, shine. I wanna see you.
Life is all about restarts, isn't it? It's about being in the game. It's about just showing up. And I'm glad you showed up today on your mat. This is a new day. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Make the most of every opportunity you get today being on the mat. I'm excited that you are here. You're going to make the most of it. I am Jan. This is 316 Yoga. This is your yoga from home. That's the best part. This is a yoga class. This is a class. This is a yoga practice. This is where we do it for 1 hour long every day of the week, start to finish. It's live and take it as it is. I'm glad that you're joining us. You're doing it from your home. That way you can do it your way. You can wear what you want. You can have the props you want. You can take the breaks when you want. You don't have to worry about anybody judging you. Like that crazy person who always goes into a handstand when everybody else is ready to do shavasana. Anyway, you got to do your own thing. You got to do your own thing. Today, the thing we're going to do is with our shoulders. We're going to work a lot with the shoulders, but it's an overall practice for strength and mobility. Like I said, it's 1 hour long. You think that seems like a long time, but it goes by fast. If you can only stick around for 10 minutes, accept that. Love it, and just be happy that you're here for what you can do, right? It's important. As the bottom of our screen says, do what's right for your body. Do what you can do. Nothing else, nothing more, nothing less. Don't go into that crazy handstand unless you want to. You do it your way. You don't hurt your body. If something is uncomfortable, maybe you can breathe through it. If it is painful, you can distinguish between pain and discomfort. Don't put yourself in pain. It's not worth it. Don't hurt yourself. Don't do it. You know your body best. All right, so the word to think about as you practice today is this one, acceptance. Accept yourself where you are, to take and receive graciously a favor. Take what works for you and let everything else go. It doesn't matter. It's just yoga. Ease off the expectations and just do what you can. And good things will happen. It will work. It really does. Just accept it and go with the flow. Like us, subscribe to us, join our tribe on we're 316 Yoga. We're friends of 316 Yoga on Facebook. So subscribe so you'll know when we practice every day. Be here. All right, you're gonna need some props for the practice. One of the props I always like to have is a little hand towel and my eye shade. Eye shade is for final shavasana. The little hand towel can do so many different things. If you wanna have a strap, go ahead and grab that. You may use it in boat pose today. I don't know. How do you wanna use it? You decide. We use it different ways throughout the week. So check it out and just find your own groove. Over time, you will get in your groove. 2 yoga blocks. Great props to bring the ground up to you. Buy them at the store. They're not very expensive, and they usually come with a strap too. Grab some water. You want that. You always want water. We don't drink enough water. Drink some more water today. That's my advice. All right, let's come on up to standing. And you got all your props in hand, and you're going to come to standing, and we're going to lock in a stress number as we come up here. We do that every day too. Stress number. What is that? It's just a little quantifiable measure. On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10, where are you today? What's going on? Do a quick little inventory, a little body scan. What's going on? All right, lock in that stress number. Give it a number. All right, let's come up to our wake up, our warm up. Let's do this. Bring your hands to prayer center, a good place to be. Close your eyes if you can. You can have a chair nearby or a counter nearby for balance if you like. Close your eyes. This is balancing right here. Take a deep breath in through your nose and sigh it out through your mouth. Let it go. Make it audible. Breathe in. Breathe out. Set your own little saying that you want to remember throughout your practice. Maybe it's something very simple like I can. I can. Yes, I can. Or I am strong, I am healthy, I'm doing it. Just something really super positive and really super simple so you can remember it. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Gently blink your eyes open. Let's come into that confident stance because you can do it. Hands on your hips, feet a little bit wider than shoulder width distance apart. Shoulders back and down, chest is lifted. Take that confidence pose. Lift your toes up and give them a wiggle. And then let's start to come up onto the balls of our feet. Keep your heels behind your toes. Oh, that's the challenging part, isn't it? Keep them nice and strong and in line with your feet. Don't let them splay out to the sides or collapse in. Really try to find the strength in your foundation, your feet. Nothing wrong with having a chair or a counter nearby to place your hands on. Lift and lower. And breathe. Breathe in through your nose. Sigh it out through your mouth. Strong foundation. That's where we need to start. You need a strong foundation to do anything, don't you? Calves are feeling it, aren't they? Let it feel good. Maybe challenge yourself a little bit by rising up onto the balls of your feet and holding it here. You got to focus, right? You got to focus. You got to be in the present moment to be able to focus. Let everything in the past go. Let everything in the future. It hadn't happened yet, so just be here in the present moment. If you fall out, no big deal. Get back in. All right, rise on up onto the balls of the feet. Lower on down onto the heels. Once or twice, maybe come all the way down onto the heels and lift your toes up and give them a wiggle. Let's go back to lifting on the toes. Breathe. Ooh, we're going to do toes pose and ankle pose too. That'll help strengthen our foundation. Let's settle in here. Come to a comfortable standing position with the weight into all 10 toes. Feel it in the toes. Feel your heel on the mat and just really let your feet rest. As you're ready, lift your arms up high to the sky, extended mountain pose. Reach through your fingers as you take a big breath in and sweep your arms down as you take a big sighing breath out. Let it go. In with the breath and up with the arms. Big sighing breath out through the mouth, letting the fingers really reach toward the ground. Shoulders are back and down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, arms come down. We're working the shoulders, warming them up. Breathe, inhale. Exhale, let it go. One more time. And remember, success is not in your achievement. Success is in your endurance. Hang in there. All right, let's do a palm tree pose. Lift your arms up to the sky. Interlace your fingers. Palms up to the sky. Start to sway gently from side to side. Breathe. Feel the nice stretch in the sides of your body. Little bend in your elbows might feel good. Breathe. Move as quickly or as slowly as you like. Just feel the big stretch. Doesn't matter how it looks. What matters is how it feels. Breathe. Keep letting it go. Let it go. Hang in there. You got this. All right. Come back to stillness at the midline of your body. Your interlaced fingers are high and lifted up to the sky. Take a big breath in. Big shoulder softening breath out. Take your interlaced fingers now behind your low back. Behind your low back, press your thumbs in toward your seat. Take a big breath in. Exhale, hinge forward. As you hinge forward, look to your toes, your ankles, your knees, and then the interlaced fingers that are on your bottom, work them up toward the sky. Little bend in your knees might feel good. Work your hands up toward the sky. Maybe work them a little bit more up toward the sky. Find that shoulder mobility. You do what's right for you. Inhale, rise up slowly. Chin is tucked to your chest until you come up to standing. Take your hands now, place them on your low back, fingers down, squeeze your elbows toward your spine, and then take a baby back bend. Look up toward the sky. Breathe. It doesn't have to be very big. You're just moving your spine. Breathe. Come back up to shoulders over your hips. Take your hands, interlace them again. This time, press your thumbs in toward your bottom. Think of your shoulders going to the back wall, and then let your fingers go down, down, down toward the earth. Breathe. Breathe. Think of opening up through the collarbones. Breathe. Big breath in. Big breath out. Let the arms go. Let them relax. Shake them out. Big arm circles. Start to tee out your arms. Bring your arms in a teed out position and create little circles here. Draw circles on the side walls. As you're doing this, maybe add in the knees. Breathe. You're drawing circles and you're bending your knees. Draw circles, bend your knees. Breathe. Wake up the knees. Wake up the shoulders. Ooh, shoulders are really getting into it, aren't they? All right, take your arm circles in the opposite direction. You're doing a lot. You really are. Breathe. Maybe circles get nice and big. Or not. You make the call. Come on up to standing. Let your arms hang heavy by your sides. Shoulders are relaxed now. Big coat swing. Start to sway from side to side, taking a nice twist in the waist. Letting your arms hang heavy. And just tap your hip, tap your backside as you sway from side to side. Look over your shoulder, then the other shoulder. Challenge your balance a little bit. Maybe close your eyes. Or not. It's your call. Twist. Remember, arms are heavy. No tension in the arms. No tension in the shoulders. Let them go. Let's finish up. Come back to the midline of your body. Let's do ragdoll pose to decompress our low back. All right, feet about hip width distance apart. Fold forward. Take your hands, reach toward opposite elbow creases. Look down towards your feet. Your knees are up towards your belly button. Little bend in your knees might feel great. Breathe. Big inhale, big exhale. Start to sway from side to side. Elbow back toward the knee, then the other elbow back toward the other knee. What you want to feel here is the movement in the low back, the decompression in the low back. Imagine it happening. Breathe. All this month, we're talking about living your yoga off of your mat. Throughout the course of the day, it will incorporate yoga poses from first good morning stretch before you get out of bed to even this ragdoll pose. When you are seated at your desk for a long period of time, get up periodically and do your ragdoll. Today's little tip of living your yoga off the mat we'll get to in a bit, so stick around. All right, come back to stillness at the midline of your body. Let the crown of your head go toward the earth. Tuck your chin toward your chest. Let your shoulders hang heavy. Release your fingers toward the mat. They don't have to touch. Release them toward the earth, and as you're ready, walk your hands forward. Come on down. Let's take a child's pose. All right, just in your spirits, how are you feeling now? How do you feel? You feel better, don't you? Every little bit of movement helps. Movement is incredible. All right, maybe take your block. Child's pose, your way. Knees together, big toes touch. If you want, this is classic child's pose. Bring your hips back toward your heels. They don't have to sit on them. Just bring them back that way. Your block can bring the ground up to you. You can rest your forehead on your block. You can reach your arms down by your sides, palms face up. Think of your shoulders. Send them away from the ears. Fingertips reach toward the bottom of your mat. This is your classic child's pose, either with the block or ditch it. Have no block at all. Take a wide-legged child's pose if you prefer. Knees spread wide, big toes touch, hips back to the heels, arms reach long to the top of your mat, forehead down to a block or to the earth. Breathe. And here's another option. Let's get back into the shoulders. Maybe bend your elbows and bring your hands to palms to touch in prayer. Bringing your prayer hands behind your head, maybe your thumbs or to your spine. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Breathe here, hold here. You can kind of feel it in your triceps. Take a big breath in and a big sighing breath out, thinking of your tailbone going a couple more inches to the back of the room. Breathe. Whichever variation you're in, enjoy it. It's your poses. You want to go for good feelings in the body. Take a big breath in. One more big sighing breath out. And if it feels good for you, try to close your mouth and breathe in and out of your nose. This will help you focus. Focus inward. Nothing wrong with that. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take a big breath in and imagine your lungs really expanding out your back to the sides of your mat. Fill up, strong chest, strong breath.
And then release, let it go. Press your elbows down into your mat. Send your hips back a little bit more. Feel it in those triceps. Ooh, good pose. Come back to this anytime you want. Maybe stay in it even longer. I'm going to press out of this child's pose now. How's it feeling? All right, let's come into a toes pose. We're going to start that early on. Grab your 2 blocks. Come to standing on your knees, then tuck your toes towards your shins and have a seat back on your heels. All right. Intense pose. If it hurts, back out of it. Do it to a lesser percentage. Maybe do it to only 10%. Hinge forward a little bit, take a breather, and then get back into it. You can distinguish between pain and discomfort. Don't be in pain. All right, the blocks are by your sides. You can hold on here. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Soften in the shoulders. Back into the shoulders. Take your hands, bring them behind your low back. Maybe reach for opposite elbow creases. Hold on here. Soften in the shoulders. Elbows toward the side of the room. Send them back toward the back of the room too. Breathe. Eyes can be closed or open. Breathe in. Breathe out. It's your toes pose. Breathe. We're going to do an ankle pose too to counter this in a moment. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. There's a saying, thank you Meredith for sharing it. It's from Julian of Norwich, and it says, all is well, all will be well, and all manner of things will be well. Things work out. Hang on, endure, and be patient. Breathe in, breathe out. Release your hands from behind your low back if you took that option. Bring your hands to your blocks. Bring the tops of your feet onto your mat. Here's the ankle pose. Lean on back. Use your blocks to help you press on back. Keep the tops of your feet on your mat. Keep your knees together and then lift the knees up off of your mat. Come onto the tops of your feet. Use your blocks if you want. If you don't have blocks yet, or if you don't want to use them, bring your hands down to your mat, little kickstand. Press into the tops of the feet. Let the knees lift up to the degree that is comfortable for you. Come out of this. Let's go back to a toes pose with or without the blocks. Have a seat on your heels. Shoulders back and down. Breathe. Then back to your ankle pose. Tops of your feet are on the mat. I find this pose intriguing. Maybe you do too. I hope it feels good. So just think about what you're doing. You are moving your ankles in a full range of motion, really taking it to its limits. So what does that do? I mean, that allows you to move more freely in the ankles, makes your ankles stronger, and we're going for flexibility and mobility, right? Today, that's what we're doing. And that's what you're getting in your feet. So important to have that in your foundation. All right, let's come out of it. Neutral tabletop. Best part, lift your toes up. Squeeze and scrunch them. Circle the ankles around and around, and then tap the tops of your feet out on your mat. From here, you're almost to a neutral, you are in a neutral tabletop because your shoulders are over your wrists, your knees are under your hips. Lengthen through the crown of your head, push into all 4 limbs here. Lengthen, keep your back nice and straight. Tailbone to the back of the room, crown of the head to the front. Let's do cat-cow. Tuck your chin to your chest as you exhale. Tuck your tailbone under, push into your arms. Send your back up high to the sky like a Halloween cat. Inhale, cow. Just the opposite, tailbone and crown of your head lift. So here you go again, kind of this full range of motion to your spine, tucking the spine, tucking the chin. Inhale, cow, tailbone lifts, crown of the head lifts. Remember, do it to your breath. Exhale, cat, navel to spine. Inhale, cow, just the opposite. So think of the movements in your neck. Think of the movements in your shoulders as they protract and retract. Think of moving that tailbone, tucking it under. Oh, it feels good in the low back. Inhale, cow. Let's finish up neutral tabletop. Now, if you want, you can do a cat pulling its tail. So here's how you do that. Lift your right leg up, 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 knee to about hip height. Draw your heel towards your bottom. Stay right here if you like. You're getting a nice little stretch in your quads and in your psoas. All right, take your left hand, maybe reach around and capture your foot. Can't quite reach it? Imagine that you're there. Reach the fingers toward the back of the room. Look over your left shoulder, breathe. Maybe you hold on to the foot. If you're holding on to the foot, kick into the foot. Open up through the shoulders. Look to the left side of your room. And then finish. Knee comes down, hand comes down. We have another side to do. We'll do the left leg next. Lift your left leg up. Maybe you stay right here. Maybe you kick the foot in toward your bottom, little teeny pulses, or kick it up toward the sky. Strengthen your low back. Breathe. Take your right hand, reach around and capture your foot if you want. Kick into your hand. Feel the opening in the right shoulder this time, and then maybe look to the right side of your room. Breathe. All is well. You've got it. Nice opening of the shoulders. Let's finish. Hand comes down, knee comes down. It's time for a thread the needle pose. All right, this one's a great shoulder opener too. Let's start with the right side. Lift your right arm up, up, up to the sky. Take a little twist. And as you exhale, come on down with that right arm. Reach it under the left. The right arm has its palm face up. Come on down to your right shoulder. If you want to use a block to bring the ground up to you, you can bring your shoulder onto it. Your left arm, send it long to the top of your mat. Turn your head toward the left side of your room. You can use the block for your shoulder, your cheek, whatever makes it more accessible to you. Adjust your legs. Everybody's different. In the hips, in the legs. Just try to get the shoulder down to either the block or the earth. Lift your left arm long to the top of the mat, and your right arm is reaching to the left side of the room. You want to feel a good stretch in your right shoulder. The left arm, the one that's reaching high to the top of the mat, maybe take it to reach high to the sky and then bend it. Bend it and bring the back of the left hand to the right side of your waist. Think of the left shoulder going higher to the sky. Rest into the left shoulder higher to the sky. Right shoulder rests into your mat. As you're ready, finish up. Left hand goes high. Left hand reaches to the top of your mat. Now unthread the needle. Right arm unthreads. Right arm goes high up to the sky. Look up, up, up. Breathe. We have another side to do. Come back to your neutral tabletop. Lift your left arm up to the sky. Twist and look towards your fingers as best you can. Exhale. Let the arm come down. Thread the needle on this side. Left arm's the one moving. Left palm is face up. Right arm slips to the top of your mat. Left cheek comes down to the mat. Adjust your stance so you're comfortable. Right arm reaches long. Left arm reaches far to the right. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Feel the sensations in the left shoulder. Maybe the right arm reaches high to the sky. Maybe the right arm bends and you bring the back of the right hand to your left side of your waist. Right shoulder, drive it up toward the sky. Left shoulder's nestled into your mat. Breathe here. Shoulder mobility. Send the right arm back up to the sky. Send the right arm back long onto your mat. Breathe. As you're ready, let's take an inhale and unthread the needle. Right arm slides back under your shoulder. Left arm goes back up, up, up to the sky. You look up to it. And then finish. Come back to a neutral tabletop. All right, excellent. Now, have a seat on your heels for just a moment. Maybe grab a drink of water. We're going to get ready to do plank. So we do a 1-minute plank most of our days. 1 minute is a good amount of time. We set a timer for you to time yourself if you want. If you don't want to, that's fine too. Just maybe let it go and just think, I'm just going to try to do a little bit more each day. All right. Here's the deal. Lots of variations of plank. If you've never done plank before, here's what you could do. Lie on your back and do your plank. To do that, totally recline. Take your blocks into your hands, press them up to the sky, draw your shoulders back into the mat, press into the blocks, and just imagine that you're in a plank pose. I showed you also on the wall if you would like to do it on the wall. If you've done this and you think, okay, I can do a little bit more, the next step would be to take it to the wall. What you would do is face the wall, put your hands on the wall, step back a little bit from the wall, several inches, then press your hands into your wall so you can feel the strength in your arms. Press into the wall and think plank. I'm going to do a forearm plank today. That's another variation. Come into the variation that you like, and let's get on to it. All right, elbows under the shoulders, forearms parallel to the sides of the mat, fingers spread wide. I'm going to tuck my toes toward my shins, and I'm going to press on up into a forearm plank. Let's start our timer now. All right, whichever variation of plank you're in, lengthen through your spine. Feet should be shoulder width distance apart. Elbows underneath your shoulders. Feet are hip width distance apart. That's pretty much the same as shoulders too. Press into your hands, lengthen through the crown of your head. You are over 15 seconds in. In fact, you're 20 seconds in. You breathe here. Take the breaks that you need. Maybe you're in a high plank. If you're in a high plank, remember your wrists are under your shoulders. Lengthen up through the crown of the spine, through the crown of the head, and lengthen up through your tailbone. All right, guess what? We have less than 20 seconds to go, so that means you're 40 seconds in. Breathe. Stay strong. You're stronger than you think. You know, don't pray for lighter burdens. Pray that the burdens will make your shoulders stronger and you can shoulder those burdens. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to make happen. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on down. All right, don't pray for lighter burdens because the burdens are going to come. Burdens are going to come. Pray for stronger shoulders and a stronger back that'll make it happen. It'll make you stronger to get through the things you need to get through. Did you get through your plank? How long did you do it? Good on you. All right, let's go. Other core things to do. Maybe grab your strap and have it nearby if you wish to use that for your boat pose. Our usual little core sequence is comprised of these 3 basic poses. Bend your knees, soles of your feet touch, knees open wide, hands to prayer center, lengthen up through the crown of your head, and I always like to say, come back to recline with control, because you're in control of everything you do. Breathe. You're in control of your body, at least, and you're in control of your thoughts. So think, yes, I can. Is that your mantra, maybe? Yes, I can. I can hold on here because I am strong and I have a strong core. Come on back, all the way down to your shoulders onto the mat. Heels, adjust them so they are comfortable. Bring your fingertips lightly to your temples, elbows open wide. Maybe you decide to stay right here. This is a great pose. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Take another big breath in. And on this exhale, peel your shoulders up, elbows stay open wide, chin goes up to the sky. Exhale down. Inhale. Or exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Chin is guiding up to the sky. You're not looking down to your feet. You want to keep your neck nice and long and straight in alignment with your spine. Elbows stay open wide and so do your knees. Little lifts, little lowers, strong core. Let's finish. Come on down. Keep your hands right where they are and bend your knees, having them meet at the midline of your body. Then work your feet a little apart so your thighs are parallel to each other. Soles of your feet are on your mat. Maybe exhale, lift up through the shoulders. Left elbow toward right knee, then right elbow toward left knee. So do your little bicycle here. Or keep your shoulders down. That's a fine option. Lift your legs up, knees over hips, and ride a recumbent bike. Drive through your heels to the front of the room. Put it all together if you want. Peel the shoulders up and then elbow to opposite knee. Ride your bike here. Bicycle pose. Maybe you straighten your legs and you scissor kick them. That's a fine option too. Do what you feel like doing today, but just do a little bit. Just do. Let's finish. Take your hands behind your knees. Rock and roll up if that's okay with you. If you have osteoporosis or osteopenia, not a good idea to rock on your spine. Come on up to a seated position. Maybe you take your strap, place it under the center of your feet, and then lean on back. Send your legs long. Breathe. If you don't want to use the strap, what I'm going to do today is come down to my forearms. Forearms are parallel to the sides of the mat. Hands open wide, fingers open wide. Lift the legs up, a little bend in the knees if you like. Hold it right here. Keep your tailbone plugged in. Keep your chest lifted. Maybe legs straighten. Maybe you lower them a wee bit. Bring them on down, maybe about an inch or two from the ground, and then bring them on back up. Breathe. Keep your chest lifted, whatever variation of boat you're in. If you're using the strap, drive through your heels. Breathe. Breathe. Find your balance. Tomorrow's practice is a vinyasa practice. What we do there is we take our boat pose and we hold it. We hold it nice and long in position. You've got it. Let's finish. Come on up. Heels down to the ground. Reach through your arms. Take a big breath in. Lift to the sky. Exhale, hinge forward. Hinge forward. Reach for your calves, your shins, your toes, whatever. Lengthen up and fold in half. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come on back up. Shoulders over your hips. Find your 2 yoga blocks. All right, come to standing on your knees. Let's do a lunge. All right, in your lunge pose, come to standing on your knees. Have your blocks by your sides. Bring your right foot forward, knee of the right leg over right ankle. Use the blocks to push the earth away. Send your left leg long. Feel a nice big stretch in the front of the left hip. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Maybe just your fingertips are on your mat. No rush, no hurry. You do this whatever feels right for you. I'm going to bring my shoulders more toward the back wall, now over my hips. I'm going to lift my arms up. You don't have to. You could have your hands still on the blocks. I'm going to lift my arms up. I'm going to hold it here. I'm going to take a little bit of a baby back bend, and I'm going to take several breaths. No rush, no hurry. We're not surfing today. We're just going to hold this nice static pose. Breathe in, breathe out. As you're ready, shoulders come back over your hips. Maybe take a brief little hands to prayer center here. Bring the hands back down to the blocks. Switch out your legs. Right knee meets left on the mat. Left leg comes forward. Left knee over left ankle. Blocks by your sides. Push into them. Descend your right leg good and long. Top of the right foot is on your mat. Big stretch in the front of your right hip. Maybe stay right here. Maybe with each breath, gradually, slowly, maybe press your fingertips into the mat, bringing your shoulders a little more up and back over your hips. You can stay right here. Maybe sweep your arms on up. Reach up to the sky and look up there too. Hold in whatever variation you're in. Find length in that hip that's on the back side. For me, it's the right one now. Breathe in, settle as you breathe out. Breathe in, find length. Breathe out, settle. As you're ready, slowly bring shoulders back over the hips, hands to prayer center. Slowly bring your hands back onto your blocks. How is that? Taking it slow. Most awesome. All right, for your lunge, let's come back to both knees, kneeling on both knees. Let's lift your arms up high to the sky. All right, think about your lunge. Think of how you went in your lunge. Take a little baby back bend, hold it here. Now you're doing both hips at the same time. Breathe, chest is lifted, hold it. You got it. All right, in your lunge, here's your yoga off the mat today. If you have steps in your house, think of that lunge. Think of moving that hip. Think of how we moved that hip today. Think of taking your steps 2 at a time in your house. Why not? Or if you're on your steps, take an inclined plank. Place your hands on the stair and hold a plank for a moment or two. Either one would be a great way to incorporate your yoga off of your mat. All right, front of the hips are nice and stretched out. Let's bring shoulders over your hips. Bring your heels, or bring your bottom down to your heels. Stretch it out in a wide-legged child's pose. Knees spread wide, arms reach to the top of the room. Big inhale, lengthen. Big exhale, let it go. Elbow into the back of the room, stretch it out, push into your hands. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's do some balancing. All right, to begin your balancing, let's take this pose, the wide-legged child's pose, and bring it to a downward facing dog. So bring your knees in underneath your hips. Your arms are reaching long to the top, so they're already there. Tuck your toes towards your shins, send your hips high, downward facing dog. All right, look at your feet. They're about hip width distance apart. Elevate your heels a little bit, so adjust your stance so your heels are lifted a couple inches off the mat. Arms, take a look at them. They should be shoulder width distance apart, fingers spread wide. Now at your neck, look back to your feet, to your knees, or up towards your belly button because you want your neck to hang loose. Shake it out. Speaking of shaking it out, let's pedal it out. Take the dog for a walk, as we say. So bring one heel closer to the earth than the other. Strengthening that foundation, working on that Achilles tendon, working on the calves, all the way up to your hips. Push hard into your hands. Breathe. Finish up. Still your feet. Hold it here. Still your feet. Imagine your heels coming even closer to the mat. Breathe in, breathe out. When you're ready, walk your feet to meet your hands or your hands back to meet your feet. Stack your vertebrae one at a time. Roll on up, keeping your chin tucked to your chest until you come on up last. Now you're standing. All right, from this standing pose, let's do tree pose. Hands to prayer center. Take a big inhale. Come back to that mantra. Remember, I can do it, whatever it was. Whatever it was, I can do it. I am strong. I am capable. I am able. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Let's root into our left foot. Take the weight out of your right. Open up the right knee to the side of the room. Maybe you stay on the ball of the right foot here and just hold it. Maybe you've got a chair nearby for balance. I'm going to bring the right heel inside my left ankle. I'm going to hold it right here. If you want, this is perfect. Stay right here. If you want, lift the foot up a little bit higher, or lift the foot even higher, but just skip over the knee. Don't put the foot on the knee. Press the foot into the leg and the leg into the foot. Check out your hips. They should be equidistant to the front of the room. Outside of the right knee, send it back to the back wall a little bit more. Find your strength here. Find your stability as you root into that strong left leg. Maybe you keep your hands at prayer center. Maybe you grow your branches. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Sway your branches. And if you fall out, it means you're pushing your limit. Push it. See what you can do. If you fall out, good on you. Just get back in. Endurance is the name of the game. Success is not an achievement, but in the endurance. All right, let's finish up. Hands back to prayer center. Guide the right knee to the front of the room, then set it down next to the left foot. Take a big breath in, lengthen up, and let it go, let it go, let it go. Breathe it out. Root into the opposite foot, the right foot. Open up the left knee to the side of the room. Strike the pose that seems best to you today. However you take it, enjoy it. Enjoy it and realize it's enough. It's plenty. It's perfect. It's great. Lengthen up. Push the foot into leg, leg into foot. Grow your branches if you like. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Focus. Focus. Sway your branches. How far can you take the sway? How long can you stay rooted till you fall out? But you know what? You fall out, you get right back in. You know, come what may, all bad fortune is to be conquered by endurance. Stick with it. All right, hands back to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room. Left foot meets right. You're back to that mantra position, that samastitihi pose. Soften in your shoulders. Eyes are closed. Take a deep breath in. Repeat your mantra. I can. Take a big breath out. Let it go. Nice job. All right, you will look taller. This is a great pose. You can be standing against the wall if you want. We're going to do the first letter of each of the words. You will look taller. This is great for your standing posture. Lift your arms up into the shape of a letter Y. Press the backs of your hands to the back of the room, or if you're up against a wall, press them into the wall. That wall's farther back than you think. Chest is lifted. Put a smile on your face. There's the letter Y for the word you. Bend your elbows, bring them on down to the earth. Create a W shape in your arms. Squeeze your shoulders. Shoulders again. Squeeze your shoulders toward your spine. Breathe, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Hold it here nice and tight in the shoulders. Bring your arms into two L's, a forward L and a backward L. Hug the elbows in toward your waist. Lengthen up, squeeze through the mid-back. Now tee out your arms into a capital letter T. Pulse your arms to the back of the wall, or if you're up against the wall, press them into the wall. Your arms are in the shape of the letter T for the word taller. Let's do it again more quickly. Big letter Y, you will squeeze when you do this. L for look. T for taller, strong in the back. Yes, you are. Pulse your hands back and then finish. Arms come down by your sides. Close your eyes. Feel what you feel. Shoulders are back. Shoulders are over your hips. Shoulders are really back. Think of your shoulders pressed against the wall. Chest is lifted. Arms down by your sides. Big breath in. Big breath out. One-legged mountain, another big balancing pose. Lift your arms up to the sky. Lift your right leg up, bringing your thigh parallel to the earth, knee to about hip height. Draw your toes towards your shin. Hold here. Lengthen up through your fingers. Focus straight ahead. You're strong in your standing left leg. You did this in tree. You've got this. Breathe. Plant the right foot. Keep your arms where they are. Lengthen up. Now lift your left leg. Nothing wrong with having a chair or your counter here too. Reach through one arm if that's what works. Knee to hip height. Hold it here. Breathe, lengthen up. Other days, we've taken our block and we've balanced the block on the thigh. That'll keep you honest with the knee to hip height, won't it? Breathe, lengthen up. You've got it. You're strong. Get grow a little taller. Hold it. Left foot meets right, hands back to prayer center. Close your eyes, say your mantra, I can. Lengthen up, arms go high. Take a big step with your right foot forward. We're going to go into a warrior three. Hinge the weight into your right leg. Weight off of your back leg. Maybe you're balancing on your toes. Parallel arms reach to the front of your room. Left leg lifts a little or a lot. Try to imagine your arm, your back, your left leg all straight. Breathe, little bend in your right knee. Reach, finish. Left leg meets right. Arms go high. Now your left leg steps forward. Right leg steps back. Hinge the weight forward a little bit into your left knee. You can stay right here. Nothing wrong with this. Lift your right leg a little more maybe. Reach through your arms a little more maybe. Little bend in your left knee. Right leg lifts. Parallel arms reach. Lengthen through the crown of your head and then finish. Right leg meets left. Hands to prayer center. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Drinking bird. Bend your knees. Bend your knees. Keep your hands at prayer center or reach your arms forward. Breathe. Sink the weight back into your heels. Maybe pop the weight up onto your toes. Breathe. Sink a little bit lower. Hold here. Maybe take your hands, interlace them behind your low back. Remember that? Press your pinkies into your low spine. Open up through the shoulders and then hinge forward. Maybe you're up on the balls of your feet or not. Maybe you're on your flat feet. That's fine. Lift your arms up toward the sky and then finish. Heels plant. Arms sweep up to your extended mountain. Lengthen up. Exhale, hands to prayer center, fold forward. And then bend your knees and come on down to your mat. Come down to your belly. Once on your belly, breathe. Interlace your fingers behind your low back. Chin, nose, forehead, they're down on your mat. Your legs, work them so they're comfortable. Work them apart a little bit. Tops of your feet on your mat. Interlaced fingers at your low back, or maybe you're holding onto a towel here. Breathe. Big breath in, lengthen up. Big breath out, let it go, and lift out of your shoulders. Lift on up, gaze down your nose. Lift your interlaced fingers up, up, up. Breathe, breathe, lift, hold, finish. Come on down. Hands underneath your collarbones. Press into straightened arms. Come on up to a seal pose. Soften in your bottom. Come on up to standing on your knees. Place your block between your ankles at a nice high height. Breathe. Hands to your low back. Fingers pointing down. Elbows, squeeze them to your spine. Chest is lifted. You're back in the shoulders. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Push your belly forward. Lift your chest up to the sky. Your left hand, let it come down and find your left heel. Let your right arm lift. Maybe you're reaching in the direction of your heel, and that's as far as you want to take it. Maybe you come back and touch the heel.
Breathe. Reach out of your right fingers. Breathe. Come on back up. Shoulders over your hips. Send your arms up toward the sky. Right arm comes down, reaches toward the right heel. You're looking up towards your left fingers. Maybe bring your fingers back of the right hand and reach for your right heel. Reach and lift up. Then let's finish. Sweep your right arm up. Reach through the sky, extended mountain. Bring your arms down. Place them on your low back again. Fingers down, elbows squeezed. Take a little back bend. Look up, right overhead. Breathe, lift out of your chest. And then finish, shoulders over your hips. Remove your block. Let's come on down. Have a seat on your heels. Maybe grab a drink. Take a big breath in. Sigh it out. Let it go. Awesome. Moved a lot of different ways so far today. We still have a few more to do. All right, let's come on down to our backs. And remember, take it. Oh, before you take it, eye shade and or your little towel up by your shoulders. All right, now before you take this, remember, come down slowly with control. This time soles of the feet are on your mat. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Take it like you're sitting in a beach chair. Slowly recline. Maybe hold it for a second or two, wherever you want, because your core is strong. You're working on it. You're working on it. You're a work in progress. Slowly come on down a little bit more, and then eventually bring it all the way down. Once you're all the way down here, let's do bridge pose. All right, bend your knees. They're already bent. Let's bend them a little bit more. Soles of the feet on the mat. Arms down by your sides. Remember how we did both hip flexors? Let's do them again. Press the weight into your feet. Lift your hips up toward the sky. This time, shoulders, wiggle them closer to your spine. Kind of tuck them under your back. Lift. Think of your shoulders creating like a little shelf for your heart. Arms down by your sides, lift your hips higher, higher, higher. Perhaps you take your fingers, interlace them behind your low back, and this time, instead of pressing your thumb into your spine like we did on other poses, press your pinkies down into the mat. Breathe, lift, you got it. You're strong, stay here. Push your feet harder into your mat. Strength is you. Release your hands down by your sides. Roll your spine down one vertebra at a time. You've got it. All right, let's do a reclined pigeon pose. Great for your hips. Lift your right leg up. Cross your right leg over your left. Outside of the right ankle on top of the left knee. Your legs look like a figure four. Pop on up to the ball of the left foot if that feels good. Inner right thigh. Press it open. Breathe here. Maybe lift the left knee up and imagine the outside of the right knee going even more to the back of the room. Arms down by your sides, hold it here. You've got it. Work that left knee closer to your chest. Left leg down, right foot down. Breathe. Other side, right foot stays down, left leg lifts, outside of the left ankle on top of the right knee. Outside of the left knee, push it toward the wall. Press here. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Big breath in and big breath out. You know, you take things in layers. You can't go from step 1 to step 10. You've got to go through the steps. Take it easy. Take it gradually. Start with little steps, and then before you know it, you'll be doing the leaps and bounds in your body as you find strength and more flexibility and more mobility. Lift the weight up onto the ball of that right foot. How does that feel? Drive the outside of the left knee toward the bottom of the room. Maybe lift the right knee up. Imagine the right knee coming even closer in toward your chest. Breathe. We take this in lots of different layers other days too. You know, some days you just gotta give yourself some slack. Maybe purposely. You know you can take a pose to maybe 50%, but just take it to 20%. Just ease into it. Maybe you'll discover something different. All right, come on down. Right foot down, left foot down. Bridge pose will feel good. Lift your hips up to the sky. Breathe. Roll your spine down, one vertebra at a time. You got it. Left leg goes long onto your mat. Right knee bends. Draw your left toes towards your shins. Interlace your fingers or use your little hand towel to capture underneath your right knee. Hug the right knee in. Keep your elbows by your side. You are tight and concise here. Draw your right toes toward your right shin. Draw your left toes toward your left shin. It helps you keep your left calf down. Drive that left heel more to the bottom of the room.
Perhaps it's interlaced fingers that's hugging this knee in. Come back to your foundation. Circle your ankle in one direction, then the other. Hug the knee in, really good and tight. Your arms are strong. You did plank. Hug it in. See how far you can take it. Use your breath here. As you fully exhale, navel to spine, maybe you draw the knee in even tighter. And then finish. Let's take the left hand, guide the right knee across the midline of your body. Roll into a supine twist. So you're on your left hip. Left hand is holding the right knee. Right arm tees out. Keep your right shoulder down. Big twist. And look to the right. Breathe in, breathe out. Big twist. That's what you want to feel. Big twist here. Keep your right shoulder down. Bring your right hip down, your knee back up to the sky, and your gaze back up there too. Hug the right knee in, circle the ankle this way and that. Release the right leg long, drive through the heel to the bottom of your mat. Now bend your left leg, same pose, other side. A towel or interlaced fingers underneath the left knee. Shoulders are back and down, right leg is long. Bend the left knee, hug it in, good and tight. Maybe this is right where you stay. Nothing wrong with that. Breathe. You know you. You've got to do it your way, nobody else's. Hug it in, squeeze it in, soften in the shoulders. You got it. Circle the ankle. Hug it in, nice and strong. Now, when we're going to finish, we're going to take it into a supine twist. We're going to take the right hand on the left knee, let the roll onto the right hip, guide the left knee across the midline of the body. Left arm tees out as you look to the left. Left shoulder stays down. Maybe can you look a little farther to the left? Turn your neck even more? Or not, you do what feels right. But just question yourself, challenge yourself. Sometimes I think we do things just because we've done it a certain way for so long. Sometimes it just takes that little nudge. Maybe you can look a little farther to the left. Maybe you can soften more in the left shoulder. And then let's slowly come out of this. Bring your gaze back up toward the sky. Take the knee up there too. Let your left bottom come on down to your mat. Interlaced fingers, hug the knee in one more time. Circle the ankle one more time, this way and that. Hug it in, squeeze it in, you got it. Left leg meets right on your mat. Bend both knees now. Draw your heels up as if they're going through mud. You have a strong core. Pull them up nice and slowly. Lift them on up. Knees toward your armpits. Left hand captures under left knee. Right hand under right knee. Happy baby pose, Ananda Balasana. So draw your knees toward your elbows and start to rock from side to side. It's like a little back massage, right? All right, this is happy baby. We're going to take it to its fullest expression, but you take it to what's right for you. Maybe today you just say, I just want to rock from side to side because it feels plenty good. All right, I'm going to come back to the midline of my body. I'm going to work my hands down my calves, and I'm going to capture my heels. Maybe you do that, or maybe you decide to just capture the calves or the insides of the thighs. Knees are nice and tightly drawn toward the armpits, holding on tightly to the heels. Maybe send one leg up to the sky while the other leg is bent, and then alternate. Breathe. Extend one leg, bend the other, and then do the other. So there's your happy baby pose. Shoulders are loving it. Breathe. When you're ready, let's finish up. Send both legs high to the sky. Open up both pinkies toward the earth. So nice big stretch in the inner thighs, your adductor muscles. Maybe even take your hands, place them on your calves or your inner thighs, and open up wider through the legs. Finish up. Knees meet at the midline. Bend your knees. Soles of your feet come down. Final shavasana pose. All right. For your final shavasana today, send your legs long onto your mat. Eye shade or towel, cover the eyes. Feet Work them apart to what's comfortable for you. And then let your pinky toes fall open toward the earth. So a little external rotation of your hips. We worked those hips, didn't we, when we did our happy baby and when we did our supine twist. Cover your eyes. Arms down by your sides. Think of your fingers having little magnets in them, drawing them toward the bottom of your mat. As you do that, really let the fingers go toward the bottom of the mat. Don't you feel it in the shoulders? Don't you just naturally want to kind of wiggle your shoulders closer to your spine? Send your shoulders back into the mat, down deep into the mat, away from the ears. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out through your mouth or your nose, whatever is right. Let it go. With your big exhales, think of just a total deflating, total relaxation in your body. You've held on tight. You were strong in so many poses. Now it's time to just let it all go. Arms are down by your sides, worked a little bit away from your body. Palms face up to receive goodness, or if it feels better for you, you can have your palms down as you feel more grounded to the earth. If your palms are face up, you're opening your shoulders a little bit more. Breathe deeply, chest lifts to the sky, and on that exhale, you let everything go, every little bit of tension, even in your face. Soften the area between the eyebrows. Remove the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Eyes are heavy in the eye sockets. Stay in the present moment. Stay focused on your breath. No thoughts, no worries. Just a few more minutes here. Soften the area between your eyebrows a little bit more. If you'd like to stay here longer, feel free to do so. Just find your inner peace. If it's time for you to conclude the hour, take a deep breath in and a slow, deeper breath out. Gradually bring movement back to your one and only body. Wiggle your fingers, your toes. Work the motion up into the wrists and the ankles. On an inhale, reach high overhead. Take a big good morning stretch. Part of your living your yoga off of your mat homework before you get out of bed. Stretch it out. Knees and your elbows and roll into a fetal position onto one side or the other. Low arms bicep is a pillow for your head. Eyes stay closed, top shoulder relaxes. Savor this breath. Slowly float your way up to a comfortable seated position. Just be mindful. Are you using your hands or not? It's okay, but just know what you're doing. Sit in a comfortable position. Bring your hands to purse center. Lengthen up through the crown of your head with your shoulders over your hips. Your ears a little bit back, your chin slightly tucked. Breathe in, breathe out. That simple. Gently blink your eyes open. You did it. You did a 1 hour yoga practice. How do you feel in your body? How do you feel about the stress number? What was it and what is it now?
Move your shoulders. How do they feel? I bet they feel super. Accept what is. Accept what is, honor what is, be happy for what you've got, but just keep coming back. Just keep working on it. The process is never over. You got to keep working at it. Keep showing up. Keep doing your yoga. I'm excited that you're here. Tell your friends about us and enjoy your day. As you go on with your day, think about these things: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Thank you for being here. Esther, Lori, Tammy, Stan, Marietta, Kelly, Tim, Joy, Karen. I'm glad you guys are here. All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. See you on your mats tomorrow. Bye. Hey, guys, you were really quiet today. You're in each other's dog beds, too. Go figure. Life is good. Shake it up. See you tomorrow. Bye. I'm glad that you're still here. You're sticking around and you're doing your yoga. Hopefully you're doing your yoga off of your mat as well as on your mat. Incorporate little yoga poses throughout the day. Move your body, bend, flex, stretch. Enjoy the movements. Tell your friends about our yoga. It's free for anybody and everybody. We are on Facebook. We are on YouTube. They can sign in anytime they want. If you'd like to support our broadcast, you can visit our website. It's www.316yoga.com. We're here for you. Show up, do your yoga, and get stronger. See you next time. Bye.